Shalom, Israel. Shalom, nobody out there. Shalom, shalom. Good morning. It's your brother J.D. Nija. Well, before I get started, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai. Bahashem, Rekakwadash, blah, blah, blah. Anyhow, Yahweh, our Heavenly Father, Yahweh Shai is the only begotten Son, and the Rekakwadash gives the men of the Lord this power, wisdom, and knowledge to push out these biblical messages that no one's listening to. In these perilous times, when it's the one thing they should be doing. Pretty amazing that I've been doing this over a year now, and I mean, I don't get on the comment boards, and I know that might have a big effect on it because people need connection in this narcissistic world. If they can't just take in information and settle with themselves, if they don't feel like they have some kind of relationship, they don't feel like the information has any value. And that's why people are so easily manipulated. You need to see that same news person that you watch every night tell you, because you feel like you have a relationship with that person. And, you really don't, because you can't talk back to them either. And I've been realizing that when I was checking out mainstream media here and there. I don't do it very often anymore because it's just so much nonsense, propaganda, and distraction. But there's lots of times that I want to tell the person delivering the message on the news, bullshit, wrong, where'd you get that information, so it's weird that you can have a relationship, a person can have a relationship with one of these major media people, and they don't question what they say at all. And it's mostly all lies. But on a more personal one-to-one or whatever level, where you're looking at maybe at me or someone else on YouTube, you can't have a relationship with, and especially if they're telling you a hard truth that you don't want to swallow, because if you know it's the truth, but you don't want to swallow it, you won't come back, because you're going to get some more truth that you don't want. And there's no way to have a relationship with someone who's trying to help you if you don't want the help. And it's an interesting situation for me, because the Lord's telling me to do this, and I don't really have a whole lot of other choices. I mean, I could go stand out there and get the fuck you right to my face. And argue with people about their worldly beliefs versus the truth of Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, but that might be for later. That's not for right now. But so anyway, I'm losing momentum on this, because I don't see anyone respecting, enjoying, or following along. And if no one's following along, there's no story, because prophecy can only be understood, and the Spirit can only be understood by following. That's why Yahweh Ba'Shem told his apostles, drop your nets and follow me. The power of his miracles didn't have as much impact on the person that saw one and then went back to their town, or two and went back to their town. It's the ones that continued to follow that would see how the miracles and how the healings and how the path was actually walked. To get the full impact of the prophecy of Yahushai. Yahushai comes in the name of prophecy. So if you're not interested in following the story, if you can't take up your cross and follow me, you can't be his disciple. And I don't just mean me. I mean, I'm here as a representative. And if you have faith in him, you will find the faith in me. But not enough people that have faith in him have even listened yet. And some that have don't understand. Something about me must be off-putting. I have no idea. Is YouTube shadow banning me? What do I have to do? I don't know. I'm not going to go on the comment board because I don't really. I'm not going to necessarily dig into somebody's questions because the Lord had me on a roll. He has me following his rules, and to get distracted by questions about things that are off the path that I'm going. It's not profitable. So that being said, we're in a really. I'm starting to see. I listen to messages all day long, and it's kind of depressing, but you have to do it. You have to eat that shittiness of the reality that we're in. So the reality that, fuck you. So the reality that we're in, Salakia brothers, I never get any messages from anyone, but I just got one from someone, I don't know, 213. Huh? Anyhow, what I was saying is you gotta face it. Reality and Yahweh Shem, Yahweh Shai is not an easy path. And maybe that's why no one's going this way. But when the reality comes and hits these folks in the face that aren't taking the hard path now, oh boy, reality is going to be a real bitch for them. But anyway, they got this plan going and they're really pushing for this fucking jab. I mean, they're telling military people that they're going to get dishonorably discharged if they don't take the jab. What the hell, man? How did we go from a mild captivity with some rights and some freedoms to we're just about to the point where misadventure, pre-adventure, or any other miscalculation, and it's been that way. It's just more obvious now. Any miscalculation or instigation by these devils, demons, and demonic douchebags will put you in a spiritual headlock, and your decisions on these things are have consequences and implications, and it's not going to be a very simple decision, and you're not going to have a lot of time I can feel it already. It's like, geez, what they're going to run you this way, and then you're going to see someone, you're going to run the other way, and then they're going to box you in. They're boxing us all in, and no one even cares. I mean, and there's no way to get any word out there because they control all the media. They control every aspect of the media. There's no dissent to what's going on. There's no one in power that's going, we're done. We're done. It's good though. I mean, let it roll, let it go. Let us get out of here and get to the kingdom and let every man be tried and see what they got. Every man who's ready to fight in the spirit that wins praises and prayers out to you. And those that aren't ready to fight, oh well. So I've gone into this before, and this is one of the biggest. This is a big FU to me. This is where Paul's telling the Corinthians, why do you go along to get along? Why do you do that? What's wrong with you people? You need to separate yourself from these wicked ass heathens, these Edomites, these wicked 2/3 Israelites that are holding the laws and over your head with no love and no concern for you. See, that's probably one of the biggest issues that we're seeing is they claim that they're worried about us, but how could they be worried about us if they're not letting the Lord do what He wants to do? And I know the Lord's pushing them to do what they're doing. And that's how we know that we have an enemy and there's wickedness here, because the left-hand wickedness is doing its job right now. It's doing a good job. We are, we're coming down to it, and it seems like a slow, agonizing process, just because they're getting closer and they're standing there, and they're getting more aggressive, and they're building up their forces, and you can feel it in the spirit. And anyhow, so patience is the order of the day, and prayer and supplication, crying out to the Lord for justice and for Him to speed things up. Come quickly, Lord. I don't know where that's in the Bible, but I know it. Now I truly understand. It used to be like a catchphrase, like Easter time. He is risen, risen indeed. Come quickly. Even though, come quickly, Lord. Yeah. Yep, come quickly. I mean, really. Please. At the water. All right, so we're going to go into the judgment, judgments of the saints, judgment by the saints. See, the proper judgment in the kingdom is going to go out by the governors of Judah and the princes of the power under Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, and under the rule of King David. And it's interesting because Paul is making a point about, he brings back then together with right now, because it's the same. Back then is right now. It's the same issue, but at the end of the day, back then, as is now, the wicked are holding rule here, and we have no, our power has been stripped away. Our ability to judge has been taken away. They don't want righteous judgment. They want their wicked judgment to go forth. So I'm going to read this and then just pontificate on a little bit. Judgment by the saints. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust and not before the saints? Do you not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are you unworthy to judge the smallest matter? So if we're here as the most righteous judges on the planet, and we are, you just can't receive it in the spirit because you are blinded by the Lord to accept the ways of this wicked world. And you know, you might not want to hear me now, but you won't be able to not hear me or my brothers when we get to the kingdom. And that's, that's the point I was trying to make. The difference between here in the kingdom is there's a great gulf fixed between us and you, or here and there. And when we're here, we have to listen to your wickedness, but when we get there, which is coming, it's going to hurt when you realize you're a worldly, despicable, diabolical douchebag that wouldn't follow the ways of your maker. So that's what he's saying right here is not so much in this time or that when Paul was saying it, but you should be having that mindset now so that when you get to the kingdom, you won't be judged. But it's not happening. It is what it is. We're almost done here, and we can see that wicked judgment is going forth everywhere. It's insanity. There's no justice here. There's an evil spirit. It's a spirit of Antichrist, of Satan. Verse 3 of Corinthians chapter 6. Know you not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? So if we're judging angels, you can't even understand that I am judging you right now, and the prophets are judging you. We are. You just judgment isn't going forth. That's for Yahushua to come back and straighten you out. All we're doing is telling you you're going to be judged, and my brother and I and the rest of the men of the Lord are going to be the ones doing it. So wouldn't you rather be on our side now so that you're not our enemy when we get there? And people don't want to pick sides. They don't want to pick a team. Well, and if you don't pick a team, the Lord will pick one for you. So there's that. And then if you have judgments of the things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church. I speak to your shame, verse 5. Is it so that there is not a wise man among you? No, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren. But brother goeth to law with brother, and that before the unbelievers. Right? They're watching us get all wound up at each other and sitting back and reaping the benefits of watching us destroy ourselves. And because there's not enough of us now to stop that nonsense from going forth. And the Lord sits back and he watches that and goes, man, I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. I'm going to get you. He's going to get you. And it's not so much whether you are actually directly involved with some of this stuff, but if your mindset isn't, this place is unjust and this place is wicked, and the way people, if you're not saying it, and if you think it's okay, or you're in verse 7, now Therefore, there is utterly a fault among you, because you go to the law one with another. Why do you not rather take wrong? Why do you not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded? Nay, ye do wrong and defraud in that with your brother. Know you not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, adulterers, effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom. So who's he talking about? Fornicators, those are people that believe in another god. That's not just sex. Idolaters, those are the ones that put up idols to other gods and actually bow to them. Adulterers, people that get between a man and his maiden, are adulterers, and you could say spiritual fornication. Effeminate, queers, abusers of themselves with mankind, all kinds of people that hurt their bodies. I mean, that goes into all kinds of stuff. Abusers of themselves. Thieves, people that steal. Covetous, people that want more and more and are never satisfied. Drunkards, people that are going around getting out of their mind and creating trouble with their lack of focus and clarity. Revilers, always stirring up trouble. Extortioners, people that are going to set you up if you don't do what they want. These type of people the Lord hates, and that's all comes under the heading of justice. You can't have justice if you don't know who's the ultimate judge, and if you don't believe that Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and his men are going to be the ultimate judges, then you're just plain whacked out, and you're going to do these things. So, and are doing them. Verse 11, and such were some of you, but you are washed, but you are sanctified, but you are justified in the name of Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and by the Spirit of our power. All right, that's it. That's all I got to say is I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not even going to check and see how many views I got. It doesn't matter, because the Lord's baptizing me in this stuff daily, and it's too bad that that no one's out there to hear some wonderful news that you might be an Israelite. All you have to do is ask the Lord, what do you want me to do? I'm an Israelite, I think. Am I right? Nah, no one even considers. Well, that's your brother J.D. Nijah. Feeling pretty flatlined right now with this place. But like the Lord said, he'll raise me up on the wings of eagles, and I'll one day run and not be tired or weary, and fight and not faint. So, paraphrasing. All right, love you, Israel. Shalom. To the next one. J.D. Nijah out.